Hey guys, welcome back. This week we're going to be moving on from probability and circling back to our previous units. So we're going to start with Unit 1, and with Unit 1 the main thing I wanted to focus on is our integer rules, okay? So we'll be starting with this. Hopefully you have your printout. If not, I've kind of put a condensed version of all the rules we're going to be talking about here, and these are the practice problems from your worksheet. All right, let's get started. Looking at this side of the board, we have all our integer rules. Starting with addition. The first rule we need to remember is same signs, add and keep, which means if we have two positive numbers or two negative numbers, we're going to add the number values and keep either the positive or the negative sign. If we have different signs, we have to subtract our two numbers and then take the sign of the number with the higher absolute value. And remember, absolute value is a number's distance from zero. Now moving on to subtraction, we have to do our keep, change, change method, which means we are going to keep our first number the same. So let's keep first, change to addition, and then change the second to its opposite. So if it was positive, it becomes a negative. If it's negative, it becomes a positive. Think of it as its alter ego. Then moving on to multiplication, we have same signs equal a positive. So if it's two positive numbers or two negative numbers, we are going to end with a positive answer. Then if we have different signs, the answer is negative. It doesn't matter if one has a higher absolute value than the other, different signs will always give you a negative answer for multiplication. The same rules follow with division. So division, same signs, gives you a positive answer, different signs gives you a negative answer. And it's that simple. Let's move on to this side of the board and work through some examples together. All right, looking at number 1, we can see we have an addition problem. And if we look at the two numbers we're given, we have negative 91 and negative 11. Because negative 91 and negative 11 have the same signs, we're going to add the numbers and keep our negative sign. So then we just do 91 plus 11. I can do it off to the side if I want. 1 plus 1 gives me 2. 9 plus 1 gives me 10. So my final answer is negative because I kept my negative 102. Now looking over here, I again have an addition problem and I have negative 91, but this time I have a positive 11. Now the difference between these two problems is here I had this additional negative sign and here I don't. So now I have different signs, which means I subtract. I'm going to do 91 minus 11 this time. 1 minus 1 gives me 0. 9 minus 1 gives me 8. But I'm not done yet. I also have to think, is this going to be a positive or a negative number? So I have to take the sign of the number with the higher absolute value. Negative 91 is further away from 0 than 11 when you're looking at a number line. So this is going to be negative 80. Also, if you think about it, if you had negative $91 in your bank account and you put $11 in, you're still going to have a negative amount in your bank account. All right, looking at number 3, we've now moved on to subtraction. We have 83 minus negative 13. So the first thing we're going to do is our keep, change, change rule. Our first one will stay the same. We will change our subtraction to addition, and we will change the second number to its opposite. The opposite of negative 13 is positive 13. Now we just have a simple addition problem. 83 plus 13, which would give me 96. Looking at number 4, we have 13 minus 83. So we keep our first number the same, change the subtraction to addition, And because I've already kept that the same and changed that to addition, my second number here is 83. The opposite of positive 83 is negative 83. And now I follow my addition rules. I have different signs, so I subtract. 83 minus 13. 3 minus 3 gives me 0. 8 minus 1 gives me 7. And then I take my sign of my higher absolute value. Negative 83 is further away from 0 than 13, so my answer again is negative. Looking at multiplication, all we have to think about before just multiplying is, do we have same signs or different signs? Here we have a positive 5 and a negative 4. Different signs mean our answer will be negative. And then we just do 5 times 4, which is 20. Here we have negative 5 and negative 4. These are the same sign. Both are negative, so my answer will actually be positive. And 5 times 4 is 20. So the difference between number 5 and 6 is here we had 2 negatives, so we had the same signs, while here we only had 1 negative and they had different signs. Looking at number 7, we have negative 21 and negative 3. Division follows the same rules as multiplication, so same signs are going to equal a positive. And then 21 divided by 3 is 7. Therefore, negative 21 divided by negative 3 equals positive 7. For number 8, we have 21 divided by negative 3. These two numbers have a different sign, so their answer will be negative. Then we do 21 divided by 3, which is 7. Alright guys, that's it for today. Thanks for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Bye!
We ready? All right, let's see a lap.